The Toyota Corolla is the 10th generation of cars sold by Toyota under the Corolla nameplate. Introduced in late 2006, this series was replaced in 2012 in Japan, with North American model replaced in late 2013, and an early 2014 launch for most other markets. The Toyota Auris replaces the Corolla hatchback in Japan and Europe, but is still badged Corolla in Australia and New Zealand. The dimensions for the Corolla sold in Japan are smaller than vehicles made for export so as to remain in compliance with Japanese government regulations concerning exterior dimensions and engine displacement. The new Corolla has now grown slightly longer for the export models 4,540 mm and wider 1,760 mm compared to the outgoing model. The chassis of the E140 is based on the Toyota MC platform, with the E150 model deriving from the new MC platform. In other words, the Japanese market E140 carries its MC platform over from the previous E120. The versions sold in the Americas, Southeast Asia and the Middle East are based on the widened edition of this platform, so they retain the E140 designation. Models sold in Australia, China, Europe, and South Africa use the more sophisticated new MC underpinnings, and are thus designated as E150. E140 narrow body. Japan The 10th generation Corolla was released in Japan on October 10, 2006. The sedan is now known as the Corolla Axio. The Axio name was created from the Greek word axia, meaning things with value. The station wagon retains the Corolla Fielder name. The dimensions for the Corolla sold in Japan are smaller than vehicles made for export so as to remain in compliance with Japanese government regulations concerning exterior dimensions and engine displacement. The Run-X was replaced by the Toyota Auris and the Spatio was discontinued. The Corolla Ruman, a restyled Scion XB, was introduced later. The Corolla Axio gets Toyota's latest intelligent parking assist system. The option costs yen, or $879 at current exchange rates. A backup camera monitor is standard. On Japanese models only, G-Book, a subscription telematics service, is offered as an option. The Japan model included a rear view monitor which displays an image of the area at the rear of the vehicle while backing up to reduce the burden on the driver while parking. Also, the optional intelligent parking assist system supports steering operations when parallel parking and backing into a parking space. Ultrasonic sensors installed on the front of the vehicle detect other parked vehicles and, based on the results, estimate the physical dimensions of a vacant parking space and set the target parking position. The Corolla Axio introduced a pre-crash safety system that uses millimeter wave radar. When the millimeter wave radar detects a high risk of collision, the pre-crash seatbelts improves initial restraint capabilities for passengers while the pre-crash brake assist system decelerates the vehicle to reduce the collision speed and contribute to less damage induced by collision. The radar cruise control system detects and monitors the preceding vehicle and the lane, maintaining a fixed distance according to the preceding vehicle's speed within a preset range of speed. In 2011, a total of 70,758 Corolla Axios were sold in Japan. The Axio GT is a version based on Corolla Axio based on the Axio N2 race car. It includes turbocharged 1NZFE engine rated 150 picoseconds and 196 Nm, intercooler, 5-speed manual transmission, TRD Sportivo suspension, GT emblem, leather shift knob, TRD turbo aero grille, front spoiler, side mud guard, TF4 17-inch wheels with Michelin Pilot Procedure PP2 215/45 R17 tires, rear spoiler, drive monitor, grey interior, enhanced clutch cover. The vehicle went on sale in February 2009 in Japan. The GT TRD and TRD GT packages are accessory packages for Corolla Axio and Corolla Fielder. Team APO participated in GT300 class of Super GT, replacing their Mr. S with a midship layout Axio E141 in 2009 season. The Corolla Axio APO GT is a Corolla Axio race car for 2009 Super GT GT300 class race. It includes 3.5 L2 grains FSE V6 engine rated over 300 picoseconds at 6,800 RPMs, Hewland 6-speed sequential transmission, Ogura clutch triple plate, AP braking system, race 18-inch wheels. The APR GT race car weighs roughly at 1,100 kilograms. The vehicle number 74 was unveiled in 2009 Tokyo Auto Salon. Luxel, being the highest trim level, offers impressive features like dynamic radar cruise control, Tiptronic transmission, Bluetooth, push-button start and automatic climate control. Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, Corollas sold were based on the Japanese market models. As such, the Corolla is only available in 1.5L1NZFE engine. The 1.5L engine means it has a lower vehicle license levy. The Corolla sold in Hong Kong is made in Japan, although it does vary from the Japanese market model with minor revisions to the front such as the headlamps and air dams. It is available in luxury and Advantage variants. E140 wide body. The international, wide-body version of the E140 Corolla was released from late 2006 and is larger in dimensions, while retaining most of the styling found on the Japanese model. This variant, which uses a wider and longer version of the Axios platform, has styling similar to that of the Camrys while keeping the Axios interior. Asia India. The Indian version of the Corolla, known as the Corolla Altis, is assembled in Badadi near Bangalore. The pre-facelift version had a 1.8-litre ZZ engine with 132 bhp mated to a 5-speed manual and a 4-speed automatic gearbox. A 1.4-litre 1ND-TV diesel engine unique to India and Spain with 88 bhp mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox debuted in 2010. In 2011, the Altis was facelifted and the older ZZ engine was replaced by a modern 1.8ZR engine producing 140 bhp and was mated to a 6-speed manual like the diesel, while a 7-speed CVT gearbox replaced the outdated 4-speed automatic. The diesel was left untouched mechanically and had a different grille to differentiate it from the petrol. Indonesia. The Corolla Altis was launched in March 2008, and offered in the base J, popular mid-level G, and luxury V trim levels. All were powered by the 1ZZFE engine with VVTi. The J is only available with manual transmission, while the G and V are automatic only. In early 2009, the V's 1.81ZZFE was replaced with a 2.03ZRFE engine, mated to an automatic transmission. As with the previous generation, the Corolla Altis has more luxurious features than its Western counterparts. The G and V trim levels feature smart entry and start system and automatic climate control. In July 2010, Toyota facelifted the Corolla Altis with new bumpers, grille, air dams, rear combination lamps, and most importantly the new 1.8-litre 2ZRFE engine with dual VVTi. The 1.8J was replaced with new 1.8E as the base trim level. Mated with the new engines, the base but sporty 1.8E received 6-speed manual transmission, while the 1.8G and 2.0V came with 7-speed automatic CVT. Malaysia. As with Indonesia, the Corolla Altis was launched in March 2008 in Malaysia as well. It was offered in 5 variants: a Euro 1.8G, 1.8G Sporty, 1.8E, 1.8E Sporty and 1.6E. All variants were equipped with the 1ZZFE engine model with the exception of the 1.6E, that used the 3ZZFE engine. Manual transmission for the Corolla Altis was not available in Malaysia. Each of these 5 variants came with 4-speed automatic transmission with Super ECT. Output for the 1.8 model was 97 kilowatts at 6,000 RPMs with 170 Nm at 4,200 RPMs. Output for the 1.6 model was 80 kilowatts at 6,000 RPMs with 145 Nm at 4,400 RPMs. On September 23, 2010, a facelifted Corolla Altis was launched where the ZZ engines were replaced with ZR engines. Toyota Malaysia has designated the new variants as 2.0V, 1.8G, 1.8E and 1.6E. All variants' engines are mated with CVT a Euro except the 1.6e remained with Super ECT 4-speed automatic transmission. Specifications for the facelifted models are: Pakistan. In Pakistan, the 10th generation of Corolla was launched in August 2008 with 4 trim levels: XLI, GLE, Corolla Altis and Corolla Diesel. The facelift version was launched in April 2011. The XLI is offered with Toyota's 85 horsepower, 1.3 L2NZFE engine. Pakistan was the only market to use the 2NZFE in the Corolla. This model does not have airbags, ABS or power windows. It is only offered in 2 colors, black and white. The GLE is offered with the same 1.3L engine as the XLI, but it comes equipped with ABS and power windows. No airbags are offered on this model. Metallic colors are available in the GLE. The Corolla Diesel has 2 trim levels, Corolla 2.0D and the Corolla 2.0D Saloon. The Corolla 2.0D comes equipped with Toyota's 1989 2C engine which produces 74 horsepower. The model does not have airbags, ABS or power windows. It is only offered in 2 colors, black and white. The Corolla 2.0D Saloon has the same engine as the Corolla 2.0D. The model is only available with a 5-speed manual. The 2.0D Saloon comes equipped with alloy rims, side skirts, optitron speedometer, wooden inserts in the interior and a single driver side airbag. Optional extra on the model is the sunroof. The facelift for the Corolla was launched on April 11, 2011. Initially only the XLI and GLE trims were available, with modifications to the front and rear lights, front grille, and bumpers, along with a revised interior color scheme. The 1.8L Corolla Altis with 1ZZFE engine was suspended, replaced with the 1.6L Corolla Altis with the 1ZRFE engine producing 124 bhp. The facelift Altis was launched in May 2011. The Altis comes equipped with side skirts, wooden inserts in the interior, optitron speedometer, 5-spoke alloy rims, fog lamps, power windows, power seats, ABS with EBD, driver side SRS airbag and a 6-speed manual transmission. Optional on the Altis is a 4-speed Super ECT automatic transmission and sunroof. The GLE is also offered with a 4-speed Super ECT automatic transmission and the 1.6L1ZRFE engine, the same on the Altis. This version of the GLE is the same as the 1.3L GLE, albeit with the 1.6L engine and the 4-speed ECT automatic transmission, hence making it very similar to the Altis, save for the alloy rims, side skirts and the wooden inserts in the interior. Philippines. The 10th generation Corolla was launched as the Corolla Altis in the Philippines on March 7, 2008. It has 3 variants, the 2.0 and 1.6V, both with automatic transmission, the 1.6G, available in both automatic transmission and manual transmission, and the 1.6E, with manual transmission. The 1.6-liter engine is the same 3ZZFE motor used in the 9th generation Corolla, whereas the 2.0-liter variant is powered by the new 3ZRFE engine equipped with dual VVTi technology. Toyota Motors Philippines upgraded the Corolla Altis in September 2010. The 2.0V is equipped with CVT to replace the 4-speed AT, while the manual transmission for the 1.6 variants have 6 gears instead of the previous 5. All variants have a slight increase in power and are equipped with dual VVTi technology. A minor update to the Altis was launched in the later part of 2011. It now has a redesigned front and rear fascia and updated wheel designs. It now has powered windows and central locking doors as standard. It has 4 variants, 2.0V, Sport variant, only available with a CVT and paddle shift. It has a mesh grille instead of the bar type, smoked high-intensity discharge headlamps with manual leveling and rear combination lamps, wipers with auto-rain sensor, leather seats, powered seats, mirrors and windows, and sports package pre-installed. 1.6V, range-topping variant, has almost the same specs as the 2.0V, except the mesh grille and sport packages, although these are optional. It is only available with a 4-speed automatic transmission, 1.6G, middle variant, with an option for a 4-speed automatic or a 6-speed manual transmission. Has the same specs as the V variant without leather seats. 1.6E, base variant, only available with a 6-speed manual transmission, with much fewer options, color choices. No leather seats, no auto climate control. AC however is standard, no fog lamps, no Toyota alarm system. Singapore received the Corolla Altis with the same 1.6-litre 3ZZFE and 1.8-litre 1ZZFE engines used in the previous generation. Only automatic transmissions were available. In September 2010, the facelifted model of the Altis was introduced and it is the same as the Thai and Malaysian models utilizing the latest dual VVTi engines for the 1.6-litre version. The Altis in Singapore are marketed in both 1.6 and 1.8-litre versions just like the former model. The 1.6 model used to be Singapore's #1 car for consecutive years. There is also a Japanese market model available under parallel import status from smaller agencies instead of buying from the local dealer. Grades available are the standard X variant and the higher spec G variant. The Japanese market model, along with the Japanese market Camry and Wish, are used widely as CNG-fitted taxis. Sri Lanka. A Japanese-built version of the Corolla sedan is sold in Sri Lanka. The petrol version is offered with the 1.6-litre 3ZZ engine while the diesel version on offer has the aging 2-litre 2C engine. The body shape is similar to the European Corolla. Thailand. The Corolla Altis introduced in Thailand, which currently manufactures the Corolla Altis, is offered a total of 4 grades. Thailand is currently the only country that offers all existing grades of the new Altis, whilst export markets are only given a fraction of the Thai range in varying combinations. The 1.8-litre and 2.0-litre variants for the facelifted Corolla Altis is fitted with Super CVTi gearbox while the 1.6-litre variants remain using the same 4-speed auto gearbox. Grades available for the Corolla Altis in Thailand varies from the basic 1.6E to the high-spec 2.0V Navi variant. North America. The North American Corolla has a completely different exterior and interior design than the Japanese Corolla Axio, and instead retains the ASEAN-marketed Corolla Altis design. This Corolla was unveiled on October 31, 2007, at the SEMA show in Las Vegas, started production in November 2007 and became available in USA dealerships in January 2008, as a 2009 model. Only the sedan is sold, although the second-generation Corolla Matrix, which shares the E140 platform and engines, is considered the Corolla's hatchback counterpart. The new Corolla has been described as a 708 Camry, also having styling commonality with its little brother, the Auris. It has been criticized for its sluggish steering and handling, and for its inexpensive interior materials which some regard a step back from the previous generation. Reviewers note that the Corolla represents a gradual evolution over the previous iteration, without straying too far from the formula as a plain but reliable, fuel-efficient, simple and inexpensive form of transportation. A total of 5 trim grades are being offered in the US, Canada has 4 trims, and XRS. The LE and S have a similar MSRP and are very similar mechanically, the main differences being the S's spoiler, underskirts, and silver interior highlights. The XRS also has a spoiler and underskirts like the S, but it has a larger 2.4L engine, rear disc brakes, a sport-tuned suspension, and standard stability and traction control. The base and S trims are available with either a 5-speed manual or 4-speed automatic transmission, while the LE and XLE are automatic only. The XRS grade is equipped with a 2.4-litre 2AZ-FEI4 engine, the same one used in the Camry, good for 158 horsepower and 162 lb-ft of torque, with a choice of 5-speed manual or 5-speed automatic transmissions. The XRS takes 7.9 seconds to 60 miles per hour and 16.0 seconds for the quarter mile. All other trims have Toyota's new 1.8-litre 2ZRFE four-cylinder engine with 132 horsepower and 128 pound-feet of torque. Corollas with a 1.8-litre engine have an EPA fuel economy rating of 27 mpg city/35 mpg highway, both numbers being lower than those achieved by the previous generation. The 2.4-litre is rated at 22 mpg/30 mpg with the automatic and 22 mpg/29 mpg with the manual. All engines are ULEV2 certified. Toyota carried over the 13.2 gallons fuel tank from earlier models. In order to help improve fuel economy, the new Corolla uses an electric power steering unit instead of a belt-driven hydraulic pump. The Corolla offers technological conveniences such as an auxiliary audio jack for MP3 players, upgraded JBL audio, tilt telescopic steering wheel mounted audio controls, a purse hook, and a hands-free Bluetooth mobile phone system. Traction control and vehicle stability control are standard on the top-of-the-line XRS, and are available as options on the US market LE and XLE models. In 2009, S models received the Optitron XRS gauges as standard equipment and new 16-inch steel wheel cover designs. XLE models were now available with an optional automatic climate control and a metallic finish to the steering wheel panels. All models now have the STAR safety system, includes vehicle stability control, traction control, anti-lock braking system, electronic brake force distribution, brake assist and smart stop technology brake override system as standard equipment. In Mexico, the Corolla is offered in 3 trim levels, LE, which comes standard with 16-inch steel wheels and wheel covers and with both manual and automatic transmission. Then the mid-range XLE now comes with 16-inch alloy wheels and wood inserts in the interior, and it is only available with an automatic transmission, and the XRS with the 2.4-litre 2AZ-FEI4 engine. The Mexican spec Corolla is built at the Cambridge plant in Ontario. Canada, Mexico and the US are the only countries that receive the Corolla from this assembly plant. For the 2011 MI, the XRS and XLE grades were discontinued for the US market. The revised Corolla features new front and rear exterior styling and interior design changes, including a redesigned front grille, front and rear bumpers, new wheel designs, rear chrome garnish, rear combination lamps and trunk lid. The interior adds a metallic trim, new fabrics and a sport tilt telescopic steering wheel. Corolla also features 2 new colors, nautical blue metallic and sandy beach metallic. New standard features for the LE grade include cruise control, remote keyless entry, 2 additional audio speakers, and variable intermittent windshield wipers with a mist cycle. The S grade adds standard cruise control, remote keyless entry, 16-inch alloy wheels and a color-keyed rear deck spoiler. In 2011, the Corolla received a few feature upgrades, including a new standard audio system with a USB port, Bluetooth and steering audio controls for the US and Canadian LE trim. The US Corolla L received power windows, power door locks and remote keyless entry. The Corolla comes standard with dual front airbags, front and rear row side curtain airbags and front row side torso airbags. ABS and active headrests are also standard. Beginning in 2009, Toyota's vehicle stability control and traction control became standard on all trims. The redesigned Corolla's frontal impact scores declined compared to the previous model in the NHTSA test. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety gave the Corolla its top safety pick accolade. The Corolla earned a good overall score in the front impact crash test, with good marks in all 6 measured front impact categories. And the Corolla received another good overall score for the side impact crash test. The Corolla nearly earned perfect marks in all 9 measured side impact test categories but was given an average score for rear passenger pelvis leg protection. However, the Corolla earned a good rating in the side impact structure safety category, which is uncommon in compact car segment. Certain 2009 to 2010 model year Toyota Corolla were subject to the 2010 Toyota vehicle recalls regarding floor mat and accelerator pedal replacement. On October 10, 2012, Toyota issued a recall for 2009 model year Corolla and Matrix, along with 10 other models. The recall notices states that improperly lubricated driver's side power window master switch may develop a Euro or sticky feel, and that improper aftermarket lubrication may present a fire hazard. The repair involves lubricating the switch assembly with a special fluorine grease. South America The 10th generation Corolla was launched in Brazil on March 26, 2008, and in Argentina in April 2008. It was produced in Brazil with 2 engines and 3 models, the base XLI, the intermediate XE and the higher spec SEG. The 2.0 VVT-i Flex was added in March 2010. All versions are based on Corolla Axio sedans, the other versions are not available there. Bolivia The Toyota Corolla E140 made in Japan is sold in Bolivia by Toyota Bolivia. Gray imports allow sale in Bolivia. US spec from USA Japan and Corolla Axio from Japan. Jamaica The 10th generation Corolla went on sale in Jamaica in October 2007. It is available in 1.5L and 1.8L models. The 1.5L breaks down into 2 models. The first of which comes without alloy wheels and fog lamps and the other with alloy wheels and fog lamps. The 1.8L model, however, comes standard with leather interior and a sunroof. All models feature 4-wheel anti-lock disc brakes. E150 wide body The E150 version appears identical to the E140 wide body, but it has different, more sophisticated underpinnings based on the new MC platform. The global debut of the international variant of the new Corolla was staged at the Beijing Auto Show. Africa South Africa This generation of the Corolla was launched in South Africa in September 2007. Unlike in some countries, Corolla mainly refers to the sedan and not the hatchback, which in South Africa is known as the Toyota Auris. This generation is lower and wider than its predecessor. Toyota South Africa achieved a new all-time sales record for the South African motor industry in October 2007 with the Corolla leading the vehicle sales chart. Toyota's manufacturing plant in Durban provides the Corolla, Hilux and Fortuner model exports to Europe. The European spec Corolla made in Durban has been awarded a Euro NCAP 5-star rating. The car is available in the following models: 2.0 diesel, 1.8 petrol, 1.6 petrol, and 1.4 petrol. From the start of June 2014, the Corolla was relaunched as the Corolla Quest, which is a scaled-down model with less features as to target the entry-level Class B buyers. The Quest has been released with 1.6-litre engine in both 6-speed manual and 5-speed auto transmissions. Australasia Australia. The new Corolla was introduced to the Australian market on May 18, 2007. It is available in both sedan and hatchback models, with more safety features and higher levels of luxury. The new 1.8-litre 2ZRFE dual VVT-i, with variable valve timing for both intake and exhaust camshafts, will be the only engine available for the Australian model, promising better fuel economy than before. It also regains its 100 kilowatts power output. This figure decreased when the old model's 1.8-litre 4-cylinder engine dropped to 93 kilowatts of power and 161 Newton-meters of torque in late 2005 to meet the 2006 Euro 4 emissions requirements. A new 6-speed manual gearbox is standard, with a 4-speed automatic optional, despite speculation of a 5-speed like the new Honda Civic, a robotized 5-speed optional in the European Auris, or a CVT available in the Japanese model. A CVT may be a possibility during its initial facelift, and a V6 version could join the lineup as a TRD model. All Australian models of Corolla run on the E150 platform, unlike the North American and Asian versions. Therefore, certain chassis parts are not interchangeable. The new Corolla is available in 5 trim levels for the hatch and 4 for the sedan, with the Corolla wagon discontinued in Australia. The Levin ZR and Ultima grade features HID xenon headlamps, rain-sensing wipers, smart entry and start system and automatic climate control. Safety equipment levels has also been improved with ABS brakes and dual airbags standard across the range, whilst side, curtain, driver's knee airbag and stability and traction control is optional on Ascent and Levin SX models and standard on Conquest, Levin ZR and Altima models from December 2008 production. Other changes from December 2008 production included a revised 6-speed manual transmission across all models except the auto-only Altima sedan that has improved gear ratios and the adoption of smart entry activation on front passenger and back door on Levin ZR model. Although the new hatch is badged Auris name in most world markets, the Corolla name was retained for the Australian market. Tested at 9.7 seconds to 100 km per hour for the manual model, it is more than half a second slower than its predecessor. This is likely on account of its weight, a hefty 1,300 kilograms, which is curiously more than the Civic unlike before wherein it was usually lighter. The automatic also has widely spaced ratios due to the lack of a fifth gear, giving sluggish acceleration, definitely not maximizing the engine potential. The Toyota Corolla received a 4-star ANCAP safety rating for occupant safety and a 3-star rating for pedestrian safety. New Zealand, like Australia, all models are marketed under the Corolla nameplate. The range is similar to the Australian range with the same engines and drivetrain, however, models are designated as the base GX and higher spec GLX. What distinguishes the New Zealand range from the rest of the world is the addition of the Corolla Fielder wagon, which is otherwise only seen in the Japan market. With station wagons so popular in New Zealand, demand of the previous model was enough to justify it. New Zealand is the only export market for the wagon. It is marketed as the Corolla GX wagon with the 1NZFE engine. While the hatch and sedan feature the 1.8-litre 2ZRFE dual VVTi, the wagon features the Japanese market 1.5-litre, 4-cylinder, 16-valve, DOHC VVTi engine. It is specified lower than the GX model hatch and sedan due to the wagon being aimed at the price-conscious fleet market and is priced accordingly. The hatchback gained 2 diesel motors in June 2008. With both the 1.4 and 2.0 D4D engines joining the local range, albeit only with manual transmissions. The diesel cars are European spec models built in Japan, the 1.4 version having its motor shipped from Europe to be placed in the New Zealand spec cars. Toyota was widely criticised by the motoring press for selling the new Corolla in Australia and New Zealand without electronic stability control, which can reduce the chances of a fatal accident by up to 55%. Electronic stability control has been available on American versions of the Corolla for several years. The stability control concern was partially addressed with the diesel Corollas offering ESC as standard. The facelift in 2010 saw the addition of this device on all models bar the Japan spec wagon. Europe in Ireland, the E150 series Corolla was launched in December 2006 for sale in January 2007. That made it one of the first countries in the world to receive this model. The saloon version is available along with the Auris with a 1.4-litre 97 bhp 4ZZFE petrol engine or a 1.4-litre 90 bhp D4D diesel engine in Terra, Strata, Luna and Sol trim levels. European models are built in Turkey and Japan. Saloon versions are more popular in Ireland than the recently launched Auris. However, British buyers were only offered the Auris, although the Toyota did offer the E150 in Belgium. In Euro NCAP testing, the Corolla became the first 5-star rated vehicle in the C segment. References. External links.